Coming up today at 3, we're going to be talking about Costco's, or why Costco's $1.50 hot dog combo and 99-cent Arizona iced tea still cost the same. Plus, we'll talk about Twitter CEO will be going to war, but not exactly going to war, but to make Elon Musk deal happen. Plus, we got some information about Border Patrol and Jimmy's tracking some storms on the radar as well. Some severe weather ongoing as well. Looks like on the radar towards Paintsville southward. Full forecast, all your news coming up in about 30 seconds on American News and Weather at 3 o'clock. We'll begin very shortly. Now at 3. Wow, I just deleted something. Give me a second here before we start. Sorry about that. Alright, sorry about that. I accidentally deleted one of our main things on American News and Weather at 3. Alright, it is 3 o'clock p.m. Coming up now at 3. Why Costco hot dogs prices haven't changed. And Twitter CEO willing to go to war to make Elon Musk deal happen. Plus, as you see on radar, some thunderstorms. Looks like a complex of storms have formed. And Jimmy Granger, our chief meteorologist here at American News and Weather, he's tracking some storms. A quick timeline on storms, where the cities will be at, is coming up in just a second. We'll have his full forecast and everything coming up in just a little bit here. And plus, Border Patrol agency agents on horseback use unnecessary force in Del Rio, Texas, incensed by investigating found new evidence. They struck migraines with rains. CBP report states. You're watching American News and Weather at 3, and it begins right now. Alrighty, we are going to go to Jimmy with the weather right now. Jimmy?
Yeah, we're talking these storms coming through the area right now. Some of these storms could have a potential to become strong to severe. I will tell you the timeline and all of that coming up in my full forecast.
All right, thank you, Jimmy, with the weather update there on American News and Weather. Alrighty. Why Costco hot dogs haven't changed their price at all? The highest rate of inflation in decades has forced businesses to raise prices on food and other products once considered among the list of inflation, dollar price at Dollar Tree, the dollar a slice of pizza in New York City, Little Caesars $5 hot and ready pizza, McDonald's dollar drinks deals, and more. However, there are still a few things that cost the same as always. Signature 23-ounce can of Arizona iced tea still costs 99 cents at Costco. The same price it has been since the but 30 years ago. The family-owned company sells about 1 billion of the 99-cent Big AZ can, and it's called internationally each year. The Los Angeles Times reported in April, in quotes, "I'm committed to the 99 cents price. When things go against you, you tighten your belt." Unquote. Don, the company's 70-year-old founder, told the newspaper his reasoning raising prices and losing customers as a result just isn't worth the short-term profits. You can find more information at GoogleNews.com for more information about the Costco hot dogs that have changed since 30 years ago. All right, Twitter CEO. I do not know how to pronounce that name, but he says he'll be willing to go to war. Sorry about that there. Willing to go to war to make Elon Musk deal happen. Here's the information. Twitter CEO is willing, in quote, willing to go to war, unquote, to make Elon Musk follow through on his $44 billion acquaintance of the social media giant Amid reports that the big deal could be in jeopardy over the sites handling a spam and, quote, bot, unquote, accounts. Uh, the CEO who assumed the chief executive job last fall after company co-founder Jackie Dorsey stepped down from the role, is reportedly starting to, in quote, come out of fighting, unquote, after Musk repeatedly criticized the company that he has committed to buy and take private. In quotes, the CEO wants to swing back more, and it's being more sorry about that. Um, hmm, unquote. Sorry about that. Words I do not pronounce there. A former Twitter executive told New York Times, in quote, "It seems Twitter is willing to go to war to make this deal happen," unquote. The CEO would be due to receive a payout of $42 million under the current terms of the buyout, as with a handful of other Twitter executives. CEO payout would be triggered by a so-called, in quote, change in unquote control. Hmm. Alrighty, coming up next, Border Patrol agencies on horseback use unnecessary force in Del Rito incident, but investigation found no evidence they struck immigrants from Rain CBP report states. Plus, Jimmy has the look at the forecast and severe thunderstorm warning on the radar course with radar updates. Here's a quick timing of these storms, or never mind about that, but complex of storms. Jimmy, you'll have more information in the full forecast coming up next on American News and Weather at 3. We'll be right back with more in just a few seconds.
All right, time for that forecast right now. Here at the top of the 3 o'clock hour, tracking show a pretty strong thunderstorms right now, and just propped that a severe thunderstorm warning for these storms. This does have a tornado possible tag on it. just came into the first low water center just at the top of the 3 o'clock hour, y'all. A severe thunderstorm warning has been posted for these severe. I will go ahead and get the latest information to you from the National Weather Service on these severe storms that are continuing to move their way in from west to east. These storms are severe. If you're in the path of these storms, I'm sounding the alarm. Take cover now. These severe storms are producing heavy rainfall, lots of lightning with these storms as well. And you just look at these storms, look at the motion that these storms are moving. They're moving very fast at 30 miles per hour. So, like I said, this just cropped a severe thunderstorm warning. And we are watching this line very closely as it continues to move northward. I was looking at velocity, and some of these storms does have a potential to go strong to severe. And as a reminder, these storms are severe and are likely to be turned severe through these next coming out. Look like my radar disappeared there. Okay, there it does. So as you see, this is the thunderstorm one. It expires at 4 p.m. That will be in 49 minutes. I don't know why they had a city named Hurricane, but okay. Hurricane is now in the severe thunderstorm warning as well. I'm going to do a storm track for you on these storms. These storms are moving west to east at 3:30, 3:38, 3:42, 4:3, 4:3. Same time, same normal. And these storms does have a potential to become tornadic. That means why the National Weather Service puts a tornado possible tag on it. And you can actually can see why. If you take a look at velocity here on Doppler radar, you see these little outflow winds that get these outflow winds, and sometimes, even though that they're issuing this severe thunderstorm warning out ahead of the main line, that gives everyone time to take cover if they are in that severe thunderstorm. If we go to our CC here, as you can see, there is no CC right now on Doppler radar. But like I said again,
And so to interrupt you there, just to let everyone know, the severe thunderstorm warning is now. All the information is now under. Sorry about that. All the information about the severe thunderstorm warning is now on the bottom of the screen.
All right, thank you for that, David. He is one of my producers, and also tell me when to wrap the weather up. Right now it's 3:12, so that is very amazing news to tell. As you can see, this main line is moving west to east across the warning area. These severe thunderstorm warnings are going to become an issue in these next few hours. I will have a full update on the tropics here in just a moment. But let's take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning that is in about hurricane. Hurricane is in that severe thunderstorm warning. Crown City, Crown. Okay, Crown City is in that severe thunderstorm warning. Portions of the area here is under that severe thunderstorm warning, and that is what I'm watching for, if for the potential of strong to severe storms. All right, so it's a lot of time for me to wrap it up because it looks like we got to get to the news here. I do not have the 7-day forecast up, but I will try to get that up here at the end of the broadcast. David, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jamie Granger, or thank you, Chief Meteorologist Jamie Granger, the update there on the alerts on radar right now. Reminder, guys, that alerts about the severe thunderstorm warnings on the bottom of the screen. Talking about 7-day forecast. Here's a 7-day forecast for my local area. 99 for today because of the extreme heat. Alert day out right now. Saturday 92, Sunday 97, 101 on Monday, Tuesday 95, Wednesday 94, and Thursday sitting at 96 degrees. Alrighty, coming up next, Border Patrol agents on horseback use unnecessary force in Del Rio incident, but investigations found no evidence they struck migrants, it's migrants, with reins, CBP report states. I'll have the full details about that. It's coming up next, right after our few seconds of a break on American News and Weather at 3. We'll be right back. And a quick radar update with Jimmy, looks like. Anything to say, Jimmy? It looks like we got brand new warnings.
Yeah, we're getting the new warnings in right now. I do want to let you guys know that this severe thunderstorm warning does have a tornado possible tag on it. If you don't see it, you can see it when the scroll goes off. it'll let you know if there's a new warning issued. Location impact, this includes hurricane. Hurricane is already in that severe threat. I don't know why they got a city named Hurricane. That is just a weird name. As you said, a new special weather statement has been issued. Winds at the 40-mile-per-hour diff was issued at 3:11. The severe thunderstorm warning was issued at 3:05 p.m. and had to expire at 4 o'clock p.m. CDT. Moving east at 29 miles per hour. I had that full detail coming for you after the news with David.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. And Jimmy will be tracking the severe weather throughout this afternoon, and until it's pretty much over with, Jimmy will be pretty busy keeping you guys updated and keeping you guys safe. Reminder, download our app now, because on our app, it lets you know, if you download the app, you can turn on notifications when new alerts happen, and you can stay safe with the alerts. As you see there, there's
Okay, I
severe
just got a
thunderstorm
new
warning.
alert in that we just got a new alert in. I do want to bring you that information as well. I will be breaking into programming, giving you guys updates once a minute. That there is now expanding the severe thunderstorm warning for Nitro area now is now under that severe thunderstorm warning. Charleston, you won't be on the lookout. Not South Carolina. That is not the South Carolina's name. We do got a Charleston down here in South Carolina, but still, we are now Charleston. Don't be surprised if you go under a severe thunderstorm warning here in the next 30 minutes.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. We'll try. Hopefully, we don't get interrupted again. If we do, if a new warning happens, don't do anything about it. We'll just pop it up once it's that time again, I guess. All right, Border Patrol. Oh, okay. Okay. Border Patrol agents on horseback use unnecessary force in Del Rio, Texas. Ensigns by investigation found no evidence they struck migrants with rain. CBP report states 4 Border Patrol agents involved in a aggressive confrontation with hate-10 migrants last year near Del Rio, Texas, were referred for discipline. Yeah, that makes sense, Jimmy. Yes, if tornado happens, yes, you'll break in. All right, duties. Del Rio, Texas were referred to discipline and are on administrative duties. After a months-long investigation, senior U.S. Custom and Border Protection officials said Friday. The incident garnered national attention last September when photos surfaced of agents on horseback swinging long reins near immigrants who had crossed the border, where around 15,000 migrants have been missed under the Del Rio International Bridge. In a 511 page reported, released Friday from CPS Office of Professional Responsibility, officials said they found no evidence that Border Patrol agents struck migrants with their reins, but said there was a, unquote, unnecessary use of force, unquote. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris in September harshly condemned the actions that was caught on a video. One video captured an officer horse nearly charging into one of the migrants who fell back and into the water. You can find out more information on GoogleNews.com, ABC News, or CBSNews.com for more information about that coming up at. All right, coming up next, last check of the forecast. And Jimmy will go over the alerts as well with the forecast. Plus, I'll give you my updated forecast as well here in my local areas. Jimmy, what's the weather coming up next? And that last check of the forecast coming up next on American News and Weather at 3. We'll be right back.
From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jimmy. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jimmy Grange and First Alert Weather Center. Can give you guys a weather update on they're talking. I was looking at the National Weather Service, and they're talking about going tornado warning on this storm. And I can see the reason why they're planning on. Look at that. That is some very strong winds. outflow of this storm. So, like I said again, these storms are likely to become not likely to become tornadic. And I hope no tornado warning get issued, and I have to enter a program. And but like I said again, this warning, this severe thunderstorm warning, does have a tornado possible tag. And you see this, and look at this big old tower cluster of storm. Look like a new severe thunderstorm warning just been posted. This severe thunderstorm warning expires in the next 25 minutes. This severe thunderstorm warning does not have a tornado possible tag, and it will expire at 3:45. And you can see the other warnings over here, but these storms are likely. I will keep my eyes on them for you throughout the day. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jamie Granger, or Chief Meteorologist Jamie Granger, with the update there on the forecast, or on the alerts on the radar. Here's the last check of the forecast for my local area. Maybe Jamie can pull up his local forecast if you can. I'll give him about a minute or two to pop that up. All right, today's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Today, we're to reach 99. Here where I live at, we're at 100 degrees already. It's already hot. It's already humid outside. It's not really nice outside. It's sunny. There's like a few clouds, but overall, it's just mainly sunny outside right now. We have an alert date out for today. It's mainly because of the heat, not because of anything severe. There was a marginal risk for severe weather in my local area, but they changed the SPC towards Tulsa and southwestwards or southeastward. So we're good for now. Right now, I'm gonna pull my 7-day back up real quick. Well, that's what for today is. Saturday 92, Sunday 97, 101 on Monday, 95 on Tuesday. Wednesday 94, Thursday 96. But the next 2 weeks ahead, we're going to be in the hundreds every single day for the next 10 days. And the next 2 days ahead, no cold fronts expected, no rain expected for the next couple of weeks. So welcome to July. It's summer, and it's going to be a scorcher out there.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a scorcher out there. It's gonna be very hot, very humid with those temperatures. 90 degrees for Saturday with a 60% chance of rain. Sunday with a 70% chance of rain. That's a very high rain chance, by the way. And Monday, 40% chance of rain. Then Tuesday, and look at the augmented force on next week. We can talk about some stormy weather.
Alrighty, thank you, Chief Meteorologist Jimmy Granger, on the update there on the forecast with his local area. All right, discussing alerts real quick. In my viewing area, we actually have an excessive heat warning from, sorry about that. Excessive heat warning, as you see there, see Chanute, Kansas, Chanute, Independence, towards Springfield, Missouri, excessive heat warnings, Bartersville, Oklahoma, southward under excessive heat warnings. Heat advisories for Bentonville, Miami Grove, and the Grand Lakes in Oklahoma and Arkansas. So that's what we have right now. If you guys have any questions, please let us know. Jimmy, anything to say before we end this 3 o'clock early hour of the edition, the newscast at 3?
Yeah, I do want to say this. That severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. If there is a tornado warning, your meteorologists are going to break in. All right, David, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. I believe we will come back at 3:30 for an extended edition of the newscast. Does that sound all right?
Yeah, we do also got to do the 4 o'clock news for not doing it yesterday, so we got to do a double newscast.
So should we do one at 3:30 and then do one at 4 o'clock as well?
Yep.
Alrighty. So stay tuned for your 3:30 edition of your news and weather, and your 4 o'clock edition with the weather as well coming up. Plus, it is a weather alert day out there. Yeah.
I do want to recommend it before you start saying all of that. That this severe thunderstorm warning does have a tornado possible tag on it. So don't take the possible tag and take it seriously. But like I said again, you definitely want to take it seriously because these severe storms does have a potential to become strong to severe.
Yes, thank you, Jimmy. This will be subject to monitor. Our Storm Track weather team or the First Alert weather team will keep you guys updated or up to date later on all this evening to this afternoon, or this afternoon to this evening. Of course, it is a weather alert day, and of course, we will keep you guys updated throughout the day for today. All right, join us at 3:30 and 4 o'clock. That's the time we have for now. We'll be back in 9 minutes, but Jimmy might come back during that 8.5 minutes, 9 minutes for a severe weather update.
I can only imagine.
If he does do that, that's all right. But 3:30 is when we'll come back to American News and Weather at 3:30. Then we'll have one at 4 o'clock. All right, guys, let's make it a great rest of your 3 o'clock. We'll be back less than 10 minutes with a 3:30 p.m. news and weather update. Jamie may break interrupting programming with a weather alert at between now to about 3:30 p.m. All right, guys, have a great afternoon.
One of the things you're most grateful.
And he hopes that Uvalde will be able to impart valuable lessons after all is said and done and the findings of the investigations come out, valuable lessons that might help minimize this sort of horrific event if and when it happens elsewhere.
John, you mentioned life trying to move on in some respects. We know that members of the Houston Astros organization are visiting today to try to bring a little bit of a bright light to the community. You spoke with the team's owner. What did he tell you?
You know, for the first time in more than 6 weeks, there was a little bit of joy and smiles in this community. Hundreds of people showed up, even in the hot weather in this park, including many families of the victims. And at least for just a couple of hours, they were able to put the sadness and the heartache aside. We spoke to many of them out here. Jim, this brings tears to your eyes. Tell me what?
Well, you just look to see if that would happen to you sometime. And everyone's got kids, so it's tough.
He was, shaken up by it, clearly touched by the response from the other folks out here who said many of them knew very close to many of the victims. He brought joy, and some of the folks who were with him, the management, and they drove 5 or 6 hours out here. They provided hamburgers and ice cream and a clinic, a play ball clinic. So if for a while anyway, for a couple of hours, people were distracted in a good way.
John, thanks for being there for us. John Quinones joining us there from Uvalde. Thank you for joining us. I'm Deirdre Bolton. As we come to the end of another tough week, we reflect on how it began. Monday, 4th of July celebrations underway across the nation. In the town of Highland Park, Illinois, horror after another mass shooting. 7 lives lost, gunned down while spending time with their families. Victims ages 35 to 88. Each had family and friends who love them and are now dealing with unimaginable loss.
Catherine Goldstein, age 64, mother of 2 daughters. She loved to travel, was an avid bird watcher who enjoyed visiting the Chicago Botanic Garden. Her friend Betsy described her as an extraordinary person who was everyone's best friend and always around for her kids. Catherine was also an avid chef, and when her friends stopped by the house after this tragedy, she noticed a list of recipes on Catherine's kitchen counter. New recipes she planned on cooking up, and a reminder of a life stolen too soon. Irina McCarthy, age 35, described by her high school friend Mariana as silly, caring, kind, who said you could see her smile from a mile away. Together with her husband, Kevin McCarthy, age 37, they went to that parade with their 2-year-old son, Aiden. When gunshots rang out, Kevin covered his young son's body with his, the ultimate sacrifice. The toddler was eventually reunited with his grandparents, but not before asking, is Mama or Dada okay? Jacqueline Sondheim, age 63, a dedicated worker and congregant at the North Shore Congregation Israel Synagogue, described as a beloved staff member who taught preschool and a lifelong worshiper. The synagogue saying there are no words sufficient to express the depth of our grief for Jackie's death and sympathy for her family and loved ones. Stephen Strauss, age 88, grandfather of 4, father to 2, and married to his wife Linda for nearly 60 years. His son John telling the Chicago Tribune his dad was a product of Chicago. His son Peter remembers him as a Highland Parker who lived in the town for decades and went to the 4th of July parade each year. Nicolas Toledo Zaragoza, age 78, originally from Mexico. His grandson David recalls that his grandpa was a funny man who would always joke around and be playful with his grandchildren. Nicholas arrived in the U.S. in the 80s, working in the Highland Park region for years. His grandson telling ABC News Nicholas spent his last days swimming, fishing, and being among family. Eduardo Uvaldo, age 69, a father, a grandfather of 13, and a great-grandfather of 6. His daughter Nubia recalling how he taught his kids to be responsible and worked his whole life without missing a day. Eduardo's granddaughter Nivea writing on a GoFundMe page that her grandpa is a kind, loving, and funny man who did not deserve this. Seven lives lost, but not forgotten.
Really nice. Your editors did a beautiful job.
America's #1 news, ABC News. Most watched, most trusted, and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere, and free. This is ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news, free to you 24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms.
So what's good to read this summer? Well, Kate and I have decided to jump in and help you.
And we're talking with Oprah, John Irving, and so many popular authors and influencers.
So we want you to join us. Myself, Charlie Gibson, and my daughter, Kate Gibson.
Oh, hey, that's me.
That is you. For the new podcast series, it is called The Bookcase with Kate and Charlie.
We will make sure you love what you read.
Listen anywhere and anytime. The Bookcase Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Okay, this is a weather alert from your weather team here. We are tracking strong to severe storms to move across our area here in the next few hours. Make sure you guys stay weather aware. This will only a severe weather update. So put that severe weather update thing on your screen. As you see, it don't really look right, but oh well. But as you guys see, the strong to severe storm to move across the area. We still do have that severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. Our newscast will start in less than 10 minutes.
Good afternoon. I'm Deirdre Bolton. Here are some of today's top headlines. In the state of New York, your social media profile could determine if you're allowed to buy a gun. As part of a new strategy, gun applicants will have to hand over their social media accounts for review of their conduct and character. The new requirement, part of a gun law signed by Governor Kathy Hochul. It will take effect in September. The World Health Organization says monkeypox cases around the world are up 77% in just 7 days. As of Monday, there have been more than 6,000 confirmed cases in 59 countries, including the U.S. 3 deaths have been reported in Africa, where the virus
Now at 3:30, we have breaking news right now. Biden signs executive order aimed at protection abortion access nationwide. Plus, why Costco hot dogs haven't changed. since in 30 years. Plus, Jimmy is tracking severe weather on the radar right now. Jimmy will have the full details with the severe weather, of course, in just a moment. America News and Weather at 3:30 p.m. starts right now. All right, we are going to go straight to the breaking news real quick, and then we'll go to the severe weather in just a minute here. All right, Biden signs executive order aimed at protecting abortion access nationwide. Here we go. 2 weeks after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, President Joe Biden on Friday signed an executive order aimed at protection access to abortion nationwide, despite efforts by some states to outlaw or severely restrict it. We're still getting more information about this breaking news right now. Like I said, Joe Biden on Friday signed an executive order aimed at protection access to abortion nationwide, despite efforts by some states to outlaw or severely restrict it. All right, we're going to go straight to our chief meteorologist, Jimmy Granger, live in the Weather Center right now, tracking severe weather. Jimmy?
Oh yeah, tracking the severe weather right now is we just got a new alert and a flash flood warning until 6:30 p.m. Make sure you guys stay off the roads and make sure you guys stay off of them flooded roadways as we progress into the overnight hours. I have full detail coming up after the news.
Alrighty, thank you, Jimmy Granger, or Chief Meteorologist Jimmy Granger, for the weather update there. With the full forecast coming up ahead in just a little bit. Thank you, Jimmy, with that update there. All right, so I noticed I didn't add that. There we go. All right, not weather graphics. Sorry about that. All right, take a look at why Costco hot dogs prices haven't changed. Here's the information about it right now. The highest rates of inflation in decades has forced businesses to raise prices on food and other products once considered among the list of inflations. Here's some lists. $1 prices at Dollar Tree. The one slice of pizza in New York City. Little Caesars $5 hot and ready pizza. McDonald's dollar drink deals and more. However, there are still a few things that cost the same as always. The signature 23-ounce can of Arizona iced tea still costs 99 cents, the same price it has been since the Butts 30 years ago. The family-owned company sells about 1 billion of the 99-cent Big AZ, which AZ stands for Arizona, I believe, AZ can, and it's called Interlandi. Each year, the Los Angeles Times reported in April, in quotes, "I committed to that 99-cent price when things go against you. You tighten your belt," unquote. Don, the company's 7-year-old founder, told the newspaper his reasoning: raising prices and losing customers as a result just isn't worth it with the short term of profit. I was going to talk about the Twitter here, but Twitter is not an option right now on one of my news things here, so ignore Twitter, not act like Twitter's here. Twitter CEO is willing to go to war, unquote, to make Elon Musk follow through on the $44 billion acquaintance of the social media giant amid reports that the deal could be in jeopardy over the site's handling of spam and, unquote, bot and, unquote, accounts. CEO who assumed the chief executive job last fall after company co-founder Jack Dorsey steps down from the role is reportedly starting to, unquote, come out fighting, unquote, after Musk repeatedly criticized the company that he has committed to buy and take private, end quote. CEO wants to swing back more and it's being more aggressive internationally, unquote. A former Twitter executive told Financial Times, and quote, "It seems Twitter is willing to go to war to make this deal happen," unquote. CEO would be due to receive a payout of $42 million under the current terms of the buyout, as well as with a handful of other Twitter executives. A CEO payout would be triggered, be a so-called, unquote, change in control, unquote. All right, coming up next. Border Patrol. Again, agencies on horseback use on. Don't use that yet.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt the news, but it look like we got to break in now because
You're about
the
to do weather
national
update.
weather. I do got some good news for some of you. The severe thunderstorm one that was in effect. The severe thunderstorm warning for Goshen and Southwest Lawrence counties is canceled. The severe thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warning area, so therefore the warning has been canceled. So that is some great news for you and also for other people as well.
All right, thank you, Jimmy, with the update there on the weather or with the alert there. Plus, coming up next, Jimmy with the forecast coming up next on American News and Weather. To add that, Border Patrol agencies on horseback information all coming up next. Then Jimmy with the weather next on American News and Weather. We'll be right back in about a couple seconds with your full forecast with Jimmy and severe weather.
Alrighty, I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jimmy Granger in the First Alert Forecast Center, tracking some severe storms to make their way in right now. We do have a flash flood warning that has been issued by the National Weather Service until 6:30. That's thing that is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. The severe thunderstorm warning was allowed to expire early, but they're still gonna keep the box up there until 3 to 4 o'clock. That is what time the severe thunderstorm warning expires. Well, we're supposed to expire, but it's already been canceled. So you understand what I'm saying? So they are talking about issuing a watch. I will go read you that information from their Storm Prediction Center here. Yeah. Okay. So give me 1 second, guys, and get that new thing that was popped up here. Okay. Okay. All right. So like I said again, we will be having that full discussion with the SPC here in just a moment. Hurricane is now. I don't know why they got a hurricane name in here, but okay. As you see that main line of storm, this is what was trying to produce a tornado. That we tried to have that tornado possible tag on that severe thunderstorm warning. Look at them winds. The winds are pretty nasty in this line of storms. So make sure you guys stay weather aware, and I will keep you advised throughout the day. All right. I know we talking about that we were going to go to our SPC graphic here, but we got to get to the tropics. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got to get to the tropics. And let's go all the way over here. Let's get the tropics up and running. We do got another invest to talk about. That is this invest over here. I also got Hurricane Bonnie as the 5 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. We will be getting our 5 o'clock advisory. So when it turns 5 o'clock, he will immediately throw it to me for that 5 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center. So that is the new update on that. So like I said, a official storm track from the National Hurricane Center does got this storm moving away from the United States. So this is no threat to the United States, but definitely something to keep eyes on. Look like my radar just disappeared there, but yeah. Look like everything is on black. That is just weird. So like I said, yeah. All right, I'm gonna get started today because my radar just went out on me there. I had to get that fixed.
Alrighty. Thank you, Jimmy Granger, on the update there on the alerts and on the tropics. All right. Quick check of the 7-day forecast for my area. Friday today, 99 with the alert day because of the extreme heat. It's already 100 degrees at my house, so we already reached today's high, or we already passed today's high by a degree or two, but I think we can reach 102, maybe 103 today here in my area. Alert day out for Friday today, like I said, 99, so the highest. I'm sure it's going to be changed to 103 later on today. Saturday, 92, Sunday, 97, Monday, 101, Tuesday, 95, 94, Wednesday, 96 on Thursday there. So there is that there. All right, coming up, Border Patrol agents on horseback use, unquote, unnecessary, unquote, force in Del Rio instant but investigation found no evidence they struck migrants from rains. CBP reports states. All that information coming up next on American News and Weather at 3:30. All right, we're having a little technical difficulties with our banners and stuff here. So once we're on that little break there, I'm gonna have to delete a lot of things again and get some new news information coming up ahead. Oh, look at this. All right, Border Patrol agencies on horseback. Here's the information about that information here. Four Border Patrol agents involved in a aggressive confrontation, and there goes Jimmy. Involved in a aggressive migrants last year near Delaware, Texas, were referred for discipline and are on administrative duties after a months-long investigation. Senior U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials Friday. The incident garnered national attention last September when photos surfaced of agents on horseback swinging long reins near migrants who had crossed the border, where were around 15,000 migrants mused under the Del Rio International Bridge. In a 511 page released Friday from CBS, professional responsibility officials say they found no evidence that the Border Patrol agents struck migrants with their reins, but said there was, unquote, unnecessary use of force, unquote. President Joe Biden and Vice President Harris in September harshly condemned the actions that was caught on video. One video captured an officer's horse nearly charging into one of the migrants who fell back and into the water. All right, coming up next, we're going to be talking about that breaking news about Joe Biden. Biden signs executive order aimed at protection abortion access nationwide. Plus, figuring out where Jimmy Granger went. Well, that detail's coming up in just a minute. We'll be right back on American News and Weather at 3:30. I just noticed I was muted when I was doing the weather. I enjoy being muted. All right, sorry about that. I was muted when I did the weather. So Friday, 99, alert day. Saturday, 92, 97. Monday, 101. Tuesday, 95, 94. Wednesday, 93. 96 on Thursday. Sorry about me being muted. That was a fail. All right, coming up next, we're wrapping things up and recap on your news next. Alrighty, we are back now. Quick update on the recap that we talked about with the news. We talked about Biden signs executive order aimed at protecting abortion access nationwide. Why Costco hot dogs prices haven't changed. And of course, Jamie was tracking severe weather. American news and weather obviously begun now. And pretty much what we talked about now on American news and weather at 3:30. All right, no response from Jimmy. I think we're just gonna let the stream end itself. If he comes back, he'll message me. All right, talk to you guys again very shortly.